It is a law in Umuoda that a father has the right to kill his female child if he does not want her. In this village, a man's pride is tied to his first child. If a mother gives birth to a son as her first baby, the father will walk through the village square with his chest out, feeling like a king. But if the first baby is a girl, the father feels like a failure. Many men in Umuoda choose to end the life of a firstborn daughter just to keep their prestige among other men. Ejede was a woman who knew this law very well. She was married to Madu, a man who was obsessed with his reputation. Madu was a tall, powerful hunter who wanted everyone to respect him. For months, he had been telling the village elders that his wife was carrying a lion, a son, who would take over his hunting bull one day. When the time came for Ejede to give birth, she did something very brave. She did not call the midwives. She stayed inside her small mud hut alone, biting her lip so she would not scream. She knew that if any other woman saw the baby first, the truth would be out. The sun was setting when the baby finally arrived. Ejede held the child and looked down. Her heart sank into her stomach. It was a girl. The baby had soft skin and large, beautiful eyes, but she was exactly what the law of Umuoda hated. Outside the hut, Madu was pacing the red earth. He was holding his heavy machete, waiting for the news. He shouted for Ejede to tell him if he was the father of a man. Ejede looked at her daughter. She knew that if she opened the door, Madu would take the baby to the forest and she would never see her again. She also knew that if she told the truth, her own life would be over. She looked at the heavy wooden stool in the corner of the room. She looked at the fire burning in the hearth. "It is a son, Madu," Ejede called out, her voice loud and steady. "But he is very small. Come and see your heir." Madu pushed the door open, his face bright with a wicked kind of joy. He dropped his machete on the floor and leaned over to look at the baby on the bed. He was so happy that he did not notice the heavy wooden stool Ejede was holding behind her back. He did not see the tears of anger in her eyes. Before Madu could touch the baby, Ejede struck him with all her strength. Madu fell to the floor and did not move again. The house was silent. Ejede sat there for a long time, breathing hard. She had killed her husband to save her daughter. She knew that people would ask questions. If she told them her husband died the same night she gave birth to a girl, they would be suspicious. So, Ejede made a plan. She cleaned the blood and wrapped the baby girl tightly in a boy's cloth. The next morning, she stepped out of the hut and began to wail. She told the villagers that a great spirit had taken her husband in the night, but that he had left behind a strong son to take his place. She named the child Kamsi. From that day on, Kamsi had to grow up pretending to be a man, and only Ejede knew the truth hidden under the clothes.